Welcome. In statistics, finding the center of a dataset is one of the most fundamental tasks. But with three different options, mean, median, and mode, how do you know which one to use? Choosing the wrong one can actually lead to misleading conclusions. In this video, we will explore exactly how data type and shape determine the best measure of center. Let's quickly review the players. First, the mean, or average, is calculated by adding all values and dividing by the count. Second, the median is the middle value when the data is ordered. And third, the mode is simply the most frequent value. They all measure the center, but they behave very differently. The first step in choosing is to identify your data type. Is it categorical or numerical? Categorical data consists of labels or names, like eye color or brands, where mathematical order doesn't exist. Numerical data deals with quantities and measurements, like height or salary, where math operations make sense. If your data is categorical, your choice is easy because you only have one option, the mode. You cannot calculate an average color or a median brand. The mode tells you which category is the most popular, and that is the only measure of center available for this type of data. For numerical data, you have more options. To decide between the mean and the median, you must look at the shape of the data distribution. Is it symmetric, looking the same on both sides? Or is it skewed, leaning to one side? Visualizing your data with a graph is crucial here. If your data is symmetric, forming a bell curve shape, the data is evenly distributed around the center. In this ideal scenario, the mean is the preferred choice. It uses every single data point in its calculation, making it the most powerful and precise measure for symmetric data. However, if the data is skewed, meaning it has a long tail stretching out to one side, the mean fails us. That long tail pulls the mean away from the true center. In these cases, the median is the champion. It stays in the middle, unaffected by the skew, giving a much better representation of the typical value. This brings us to outliers, extreme values that don't fit the pattern. A single massive outlier can drag the mean drastically up or down, while the median barely budges. As a rule of thumb, whenever you see outliers, trust the median to give you the honest picture. Here is what that looks like visually. On the left, a negative skew pulls the mean to the left. On the right, a positive skew pulls the mean to the right. Notice how the median, represented by the blue line, stays closer to the peak, or the mode. This resistance to being pulled is why the median is called a robust statistic. So here is your decision roadmap. Start by asking, is the data categorical? If yes, use mode. If no, is the numerical data skewed or does it have outliers? If yes, use median. If the data is symmetric and clean, use the mean. It is that simple. Let's apply this to the real world. House prices and incomes are almost always positively skewed by the super wealthy, so we use the median to describe them. On the other hand, standardized test scores are designed to be symmetric, so the mean is the standard measure used to track performance. To wrap up, use the mode for categories, use the mean for symmetric, balanced data, and use the median for skewed data or when outliers are present. Remember, always graph your data first to see the shape. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.